What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. So, apologies for the late reaction to the Scottish Cup final on Saturday. I've just been busy doing other things, but I thought I'd do it now. Celtic winning the double against Dunfermline by 3-1 at Hampden on Saturday. Martin O'Neill, in what may be his last game as Celtic manager, wins the double. It's an absolutely outstanding achievement for Martin. He's been a breath of fresh air. He really saved the season, to be honest, for Celtic. But yeah, Dunfermline weren't terrible, but Celtic, their class shone through. Neil Lennon, he's done an absolute wonderful job at Dunfermline. I've got to give Lennon credit. He's really turned it around. Dunfermline, they played their part. There was a spell in the second half when they were 2-0 down, where they really pushed, But Celtic, their quality shone through in the end. Yeah, I thought Engels was really good. I thought he was man of the match. He scored a great goal, which I will get onto. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I think it's going to be the final match for certain players. I think Engels will be one of them. I think Dyson is definitely going to leave. I think Martin potentially will be his last game as manager. I think Celtic are hopefully going to go for something fresh and new, because I don't think Martin wants a job full time, as good as he's been. I think he deserves it, but he is 72 years old, 73 years old, whatever he is. It's a lot for a manager at that age to carry on. But yeah, Celtic definitely with a better side over the course of the game. We started the game, Dunfermline had the first chance, believe it or not. A bit of a mix-up at the back from Celtic. Simasalo and Scales getting a bit of a miscommunication. The ball comes through to the Dunfermline player. He hits it towards goal. But fair play to Scales. He got back and cleared it off the line. That was really unlucky for Dunfermline. Celtic, though, took the lead. It was a mistake by Dunfermline. Todd makes a complete hash of it. It's a really good ball from Johnson. Alistair Johnson picks the ball up. He plays it through. Dyson Maida. It's a really good run, but it's a mistake, like I said, by Todd. Todd completely misses it. Comes through to Maida. The goalkeeper comes out, and Maida just lifts it over him. It's a beautiful finish from Dyson Maida in what is probably going to be his final game, let's be honest. It was a really good goal. Really good goal from Celtic. Yes, it's a mistake by Dunfermline at the back, and it goes through too easily. But Neil Lennon will be very disappointed with that. But on the flip side, you've got to give Dyson the credit. It was a really good finish by him. Celtic then got the second goal, which I think was the crucial goal, to be honest. Really good play by Celtic on the edge of the box. It comes to McGregor. McGregor then rolls it off to Engels, and then Engels just hits it from like 25 yards out, and it goes straight in. It goes straight into the bottom corner. It's a really good finish by Arnie Engels. The goalkeeper, I think could he have possibly got there? Possibly. But at the same time, you can't take anything away from Engels. It was a really good shot and effort. And that was 2-0. It was very comfortable for Celtic at this point. Dunfermline had a few half chances from corners and things like that. But at half-time, it was comfortable for Celtic. Celtic really dominated the first half. Celtic 2, Dunfermline 0. Second half, Dunfermline had a spell where they came out. They were really pushing. There was a chance on the edge of the box. I think Chris Kane made a bit of a difference when he came on. I think he gave Celtic more something to think about, with his physicality. But yeah, there was an opportunity for Oberlai. Oberlai with a header, which went wide. That was really unlucky. Celtic then thought they got the third goal. It's really good play. Ian Acho came on. And Yang and thought he scored. It's a really good ball from Celtic again. But Yang was offside. Yang gets the ball and plays it across to Ian Acho in the 6-yard box, and Ian Acho tapped it in, but he was offside. And the referee, they got it right. They did get it right, VAR. He was just off. Really unlucky from Celtic there. But Ian Acho did get the third goal. Really good ball from Negron. Ian Acho steps away from one defender. It does hit the defender on the arm. If that would have potentially, not ended in a goal, I think Celtic possibly might have got a penalty, because it did hit the guy on the arm. He then goes inside another defender. Then the goalkeeper, he goes around the goalkeeper pretty easily and then scores. It's a really good finish by Ian Acho. As much as I give him criticism, he's been excellent the last 7 games. He really has. I would keep him, not as a first choice striker, but I would keep him around because I think he deserves it. He has been really good. His goals are vital. His goals have been vital this season for Celtic. They really have. It was a really good goal by Ian Acho. Dunfermline, to their credit, they did get a consolation. It was really good play by Dunfermline. The ball goes down the left-hand side. It comes in. Yes, it takes a deflection, but it comes out to the Dunfermline player who then taps it into the back post. There was a VAR check, but he was way onside. It was a goal. But in the end, Celtic won comfortably. They won 3-1. Really comprehensive in the end from Celtic. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Big season, big summer, big summer. We need board changes. We need certain people on the board to leave because they've not done their job this season. We need the manager situation sorted out. Is it going to be Martin? Is it going to be Robbie Keane? Is it going to be, you know, Glasner? Whoever it is going to be, Thomas Frank, whoever it is, we need to get the manager in now, not in 6 weeks' time, because we've got the Champions League qualifiers coming up. We need certain players to move on. So I've heard rumours about Atarte arguing with Martin O'Neill. If that's the case, that's disgraceful from Rio Atarte arguing with Martin O'Neill. It's completely outrageous. When Martin O'Neill literally was playing Rio Atarte before, you know, Atarte only has himself to blame in that regard because he hasn't been at it this season. So he needs to go. I think he's been a good servant, but he needs to move on. Maida, give him his move and get someone else in to replace him because that's disgraceful. The fact that Celtic kept a player against his will last season because they couldn't be bothered to go and get another player in. Ridiculous. I think Engels will go. I think Engels will go to the Premier League, personally. So sell him. And then we got other players like Adamu, you know, Cantara. Cantara's always says he's not coming back. Scarachi. There's rumours about Scarachi. Potentially is Celtic have stalled on a permanent move for him, which is disappointing because I'd love to see Scarachi come back on a permanent because I think he's been brilliant. Yeah, other players, you know, we need to get a possible goal. We need to get another goalkeeper to help out Simasala because I think Simasala is going to be number one because Kasper Schmeichel's going to retire. Let's be honest. You got Ross Doolan who's just a backup goalkeeper, so we need to get another goalie. We need to get other players in. You know, we have a massive summer ahead of us. We need at least 15 players. In my opinion, we need at least 15 players. If we're going to have a go at Europe as well, you know, Dermot Desmond, if he really cares about this club, he should get the checkbook out and give it to the new manager. Whether it's Martin, whether it's Sean Maloney, whether it's Thomas Frank, Robbie Keane, whoever it is, just give them the money, you know, at this point. But yeah, Martin O'Neill and Neil Lennon, they had an embrace at the end of the game. Fair play to Neil Lennon. He held Martin O'Neill's arm up in celebration. Fair play to Neil Lennon. Good luck to him and Dunfermline next season. They're moving to a new stadium as well, they said. So that's really good for them. But yeah, overall, you know, very, very controversial season for Celtic, you know, with the board and everything. Wilfred Nancy, disaster. And then obviously Brendan Rodgers leaving and stuff. And then obviously Martin coming back twice, to be honest. But yeah, we felt well done to Celtic. You know, keep Ian Acho as well around, you know. Get Scarachi in permanently. You know, Celtic have a lot to do. But that's my end of the season review, basically. We won the title. We won the double. You know, another double is fantastic. It really is. We're now the most successful team in Scotland in terms of trophies. And we've won the most league titles as well. So, well done to Celtic. I can do World Cup predictions as well. I might do that later in the week because the World Cup is coming up. So, I'll go through my predictions. That'll be quite a long video because you've got the group stages and there's more groups and stuff. So, I can do that if people want me to. I think I will anyway, but it's just something different. I will be doing England reactions because I'm an England supporter. I can do Scotland reactions as well for people if they want me to. But that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your bank holiday Monday. Take care and I'll see you guys in the next one. Well done, Celtic. Hail, hail. Celtic fans, let's go and enjoy. Enjoy your bank holiday, guys. Take care. Peace.